Okay, day 5, afternoon check on little Miss Muffet here. I find it most important to continue taking Cinnamon out of her little resting box. I'm not trying to make her do exercise, but it is important to get her to come out. Yeah, looky there. What happens with any life that is sick and bed-bound, whether you're human or animal, is your muscles begin to atrophy very quickly. And this, for humans and animals, can lead to, you know, everything else shutting down. So it is important, I believe, as the Good Shepherd, for all of my flock here when they're not well like this, and in this little girl in particular, this is the first partial paralysis hen I've ever dealt with. Her comb remains, there's purple at the tips of it. I don't know this is not my hen. This is a hen that the vet called me to see, you know, what I could do. And this is all new to me. And it's actually quite fascinating, and I'm learning a lot. And it's really boosted my, you know, self-shepherd motivations to learn more. I have a lot going on my farm with my flock, and I'm grateful for this little girl being here. I'm not a doctor. I'm not here for prognosis. I'm here for hope, and that's really what the Good Shepherd lives and thrives and survives on, is hope. Because the reality is, when you have a small hobby farm, there are not a lot of veterinarians around that can treat your chickens. And so you're left in positions where you've got to try to figure it out on your own. I don't consider it trial and error. When you're the lone shepherd, there's no one here to tell you you're wrong, and I don't believe in shaming myself. Everything that I do is with great purpose, and it is in trying. So she's trying to stand up here a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and clean her up because she did just have another poop here. And all of life is about baby steps. Baby steps, right? Can you sit here for 1 second while I get paper towels? This is something that's been happening whenever she does stand up, and I kind of let her lay down. Is she goes into these little neck extension, like almost like seizures. So 1 second. Little Miss Muffet, 1 second. I can only imagine. I can only imagine. I can only imagine how terrible you feel. And yet you've got a good appetite. Okay, I'm just cleaning up your poop. I'm just cleaning up your poop. I gave her, this is day 5, I gave her an Epsom salt soak the first 3 days. I did not do it yesterday. I'm not doing it today. I don't believe that getting her wet is doing her any good. It's, in fact, kind of plummeting her. It's very hard to keep hens dry, especially after they've been wet. I'm very careful to not wrap her up like a burrito, because I also afterwards, she is a little bit wet under here, even still from yesterday. And I don't want her to become like a sauna when you wrap them up like a burrito, because then that's going to create moisture, which could lead to other issues. So at this point, she needs to be completely dry. I'm here doing, I guess, I don't know. People have asked me, so what is your role in this? I'm like, my role, I don't know. I'm honored to have been asked to help, and I'm honored that Cinnamon's family, without even knowing me, has allowed a strange Good Shepherd to bring their bird home, and I'm not a doctor. I'm not here to save lives. Of course, that is my hope. To help keep a life alive, and yet I'm not here for prognosis. I'm aware of what's going on. I'm aware of the reality of birds. This girl right here, Cinnamon, little Miss Muffet, 5 days ago arrived here with almost complete paralysis of her legs. The things I've been doing with her, I'm loading her full of Nutrical and molasses on organic yogurt and electrolytes out the yin-yang, pumping her full of fluids. Dehydration is one of the #1 killers of all life, again, human or animal. There are times I have to put it up right to her beak, and then she will take the electrolytes. She's not a well girl. She definitely does not feel good. But yesterday, day 4, she began to show activity in her legs, which is, I'm a little bit in awe. And it is what continues to further my hope as the Good Shepherd, that I don't even say things like at least, you know, it's not at least, and it's not just, and it's not all I can do. I do what I do. And I do it for all life that enters my care. Okay, so I'm not here to save her life. And if anything happens to her while she's here, it's going to happen. I guess it's called palliative care. I don't even know. Palliative care? It's not medical care. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a veterinarian. And yet the things I'm doing is bringing her outside and getting fresh, real sunlight, keeping her clean, not letting her sit in her feces, keeping her warm but not sauna warm, and otherwise keeping her around my flock is a huge support to this little girl. So these are good poops that are starting to come out. Good poops. You know, she's quite a mess. But we're not really a mess, are we, Cinnamon? It's not about being a mess. It's about you need to get out whatever's inside of you. I can't even say what it is. I'm not a doctor, and yet I don't have a doctor most of the time with my hens. I've never really had a problem with my roosters' health. It's always my hens. So she's not egg bound, I know that. There's no need for me to go into her vent after that first day or two. I do continue to feel. When we feel, that's a emotion that comes from our soul. When we think or we believe, that's coming from our mind. And as the Good Shepherd, it does take all 3 of my entities, mind, body, and soul. And yet, I do live mostly by feeling. And what I feel is hope. We're gonna carry that hope on. I'm gonna get you back here in your little nesting box for a little bit and go tend to everybody outside. And then in just a little bit, after you've rested, it is all baby steps. She's exhausted right now. She's not well. Cinnamon. I don't know if her comb is normally this floppy. All birds are different. Some of them have upright combs. Some of them have floppy combs. I don't know what Cinnamon's comb normally looks like. But the purplish tips on her comb, what that indicates is a lack of oxygen, a lack of circulation, which indicates possible anemia, which makes sense. Her breastbone is very pronounced. At first, my first feelings upon seeing her 5 days ago was, she's starving. And not to any fault of the owner. This could be a parasite. It's literally eating away everything that she's getting, which is taking her nutrients, which has created this paralysis. So I'm hoping that all that I'm doing will help to flush out whatever's in there. The molasses is good for blockages, for constipation. She is pooping now. This is a good sign. She's definitely comfortable here. She's not afraid. She's not stressed. She's really quite taking it all in, like, whoa, wasn't this a fine place to be? She's definitely comfortable, okay? So, but we're gonna do this again. I'm not here to stop. I'm not here for veterinary care. I don't know what to do. These moments where she goes, but she's actually sitting up. She's not been able to sit up like this at all. She's going to go over a little bit, but I can feel she's got more use of her actual legs. This is really good. This is really good. This is good progress. Little girl, little Miss Muffet, let's go back to your tuffet and eat your curds and whey. Good girl. Okay, I got you.